YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today, right now, Nick and I are on a buffalo hunt. We're in Utah. Our friend's dad drew a once-in-a-lifetime buffalo tag. His dad killed one back in the 60s. Oh, can you hear the horses neighing? Oh, I love it. His dad drew a buffalo tag back in the 60s, killed one, and ever since then, he has been trying to draw and hunt buffalo. And it's been God knows how many years that he has been trying to draw, and finally he has one of 11 buffalo tags in this unit. So we are hunting elk nearby, and because he was out here with this buffalo tag, we're lucky enough to tag along. Hopefully he will kill a buffalo today and we will be able to help them break it down and the whole thing. But that is what's going on. We've got some burnt black coffee that we're drinking. We had some music playing, but now we're just kind of hanging out.
Is that the only shot?
Yeah. Love it. Awesome. He dropped right there. He dropped, tried to get up, and we couldn't see him anymore, so we started watching him. And Zach goes, "Is that one?" I go, "No, I don't think so." And I go, "It might have dropped. It was trying to get up, but I don't think it got up." We walk him down, Zach's still watching out there, and we got right there, and I go, "Zach, right there."
Good work. Wow.
Wow. Cool. Didn't hit where I was aiming, but it put him down. It's all right. I hate shooting off sticks like that. They wobble. I'd rather trust my arms.
You mind if I touch him?
Touch all you want. You're all going to get a handful of it here pretty quick.
Man, that's freaking heavy.
Feel how bristly that hair is down there.
Oh
wow.
my God.
Feel that hair on his leg.
Yeah, this.
It's like steel wool.
That's just like my face.
Damn, good work.
I love it.
That's
Glad
beautiful.
You guys are all here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Took
God.
all of us.
So it's 3:09. That took us a long time. And there was what? Like 6 of us?
6.
6 of
7
us?
plus a kid.
7 plus a kid butchering that thing. The most interesting thing to me was the hump on its back. There was this large space of extra muscle and these huge, thick, like ligament tendons that were used to hold its big old head up. The heart was humongous. Everything was obviously humongous. We all woke up at 5 a.m. It's 10 hours later and no one has eaten. Maybe a little snack, but we were about to head in for lunch whenever we came across this last herd of buffalo that ended up being the ones that Gary harvested. We'll be eating some backstrap tonight. That is for damn sure.
Do you want moose back in?
We do the dumbest shit. Don't grab the bone!
I'm not grabbing the bone.
Looks like it, a doppelganger.
That is not the sharpest knife I could. I want to finish this, have a clean palate.
It kind of feels like, I don't know.
There's not that much flavor to it.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. The texture's different.
It's just a little mushy, but
A
still.
little creamy.
Try it. Come on.
Extra salty.
Extra salty.
At least that's what the doctor said.
It's really not bad, right?
It actually tastes like really good. It is the texture. The texture sucks.
Yes.
It's never
Which is probably why people fry it.
Flavor is good, but the texture is just mushy.
like mushy, like what?
That middle might have been a little raw. Not raw. It's a little less.
Bruce will eat it.
There's a little piece right there for you, Chris.
I tried it.
Oh, there's some right
Bruce.
here.
Hey, right here, bud.
Not having it. Can't stomach it.
I'm out, dude.
We got back to camp yesterday after spending hours field processing the buffalo, and the work just kept going. I thought that we were going to chill for a minute, maybe cook up some lunch, because no one had really eaten anything since breakfast, and even breakfast was just, you know, Cliff Bars. But no, we didn't. We all kept working. We took care of all of the meat, and I guess we'll see how it goes once everything's actually said and done and in the freezer. But the way that we cared for the meat was putting ice into plastic bags, garbage bags, tying those up. So it'd be like garbage bags full of ice on the bottom of the cooler, meat in game bags that was laid out as sort of thinly and as spaced out as possible so that that meat could breathe and it could cool down and it wasn't like capturing all of that heat. Because if you have a back strap, for example, and you flip it over on top of itself a bunch of times, it's gonna hold in all that heat versus if you laid it out flat. So we laid out the meat and then put more bags of ice on top of that. And it took about 5 big coolers to take care of all of the meat. And then I say we, but the guys, I was taking care of the rest of the meat with Cashley while the guys took care of the head and the hide. I forgot to show this, but while we were in the field, we collected 2 vials of blood from the buffalo to send into Game and Fish because they test for
Brucellosis.
because they test for brucellosis. Brucellosis? Brucellosis. Fun fact. So the guys who skinned it estimated it to be a 10-year-old bull. That's super cool. You could definitely tell it was an older buffalo. I wouldn't have guessed 10. They can estimate the age a couple of different ways. I know if they have 8 teeth in the front, that they are a mature animal. And then from there, the sort of thickness and texture of their hair and the bases of their horns. So the bases of their horns get all roughed up, and then sort of out where the tip is smooth. That's another indication that it's a mature animal. On some of the younger bulls, it's all smooth. Oh, and then, finally, we got to cooking. We took a cut of backstrap, seasoned it with a little garlic salt and pepper, threw it on the grill with some oil, and I think it was probably, it was probably cooked, I would say medium well, but it was still so good. And I think that's kind of a tradition that a lot of people hold. The day that you kill a big game animal, take a piece of the backstrap or the tenderloin and throw it on the grill and eat it that night, or throw it on the fire. And you know, it's good, but it's normally good because you're celebrating the success of harvesting all this meat, not, you know, necessarily because it tastes as amazing as it does after it ages a little bit. So this buffalo was surely an exception to this generalization of eating right from the carcass. It was very good. And then Gary said that when he was younger, they would keep the balls, the testicles, off of the elk that they would kill. And he loved them. He would eat them all the time. And so he kept the balls of this buffalo and cooked them up for us. He seasoned them, threw them on some oil in a pan, and they were, some pieces were well done and some pieces were like medium well, maybe even just medium. And I would say out of the 6 people who tried it, only 2 people weren't gagging. Most people hated the texture, including me. I hated the texture, but the flavor was there. And then it was pretty much time for bed. And then we packed up this morning and here we are now. Headed back into town. And that is the end of this incredible buffalo hunt. I'm super thankful to have come along on this trip. This may be the only buffalo hunt that I'm ever part of. That might be the only buffalo that I ever have the opportunity to help field process. And it was definitely a worthwhile experience and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So thank you to Gary for letting us come along on your sweet buffalo hunt. And that's it, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.